Sometimes I worry about not being a mommy. It's just something that I can never be. It's not really something that I talk about with my friends. It's still something that worries me. Cause God in His infinite, all-knowing wisdom, for some reason chose to leave me dry. And I don't know if I believe in a Him, but I sure hope that He exists, cause I need someone to tell me why. It's not really something I'd expect you to understand. It's just something I seem to need. But I would give up now all of my accomplishments. Yeah, if I could only bleed. Yeah, if I could only bleed. And I'm not saying that I deserve anything. No, I just need to go down deep inside of me. And I'm not saying that I deserve anything, but I need to see the place where nothing will ever be. And I know that I don't deserve anything, but I need to touch the walls there that will never bleed. And just because I don't think that I deserve it doesn't mean that I don't still feel the need. Sometimes I worry about not being a mommy. It's just something that I can never be. Hello, my lovelies. That was Feel the Need. I like to say at my shows that that is my favorite artistic expression ever, and is obviously a song that I am very passionate about. So I think the meaning of the song is probably relatively transparent, though it might take a little bit of explanation. I think being a trans woman, I can't have kids, and because I don't have the plumbing down here, and that's something that in my late 20s and early 30s like bothered me so much. Like there was a time, especially I remember being 28, 29, like, and I wanted to have, because I wanted to like carry a child and have a child like so bad that I could like literally feel it. Like I feel like there was just this have a child like anxiety that was just all in my body. It's a really weird thing to explain, but it's just something that was really, really hard for me for a long time. And so I did kind of the only thing that I knew to do, which was to write a song about it. And the song is very raw and it's very me. It's a weird, I took a spell like early on where I was writing these really kind of non-conforming songs where they'd be like a couple of verses and a chorus and then some random part and then end. It was like, I don't know why. I was just reaching for something new and different, something that would just express me. And I really never thought anybody would hear them, so it didn't seem like I needed to spend a lot of time on them. And this is one of those strange songs that's just like handful of verses, a chorus, and then like half a verse. Like so, I don't know, but it is very me. It's very raw, and it's the most personal thing I have to share. I have lots of memories about this song. I think it started off with a couple of kind of bad memories where I wrote this at a pretty dark time in my life where a lot of the sort of more darker material came from. And so for a while, when I would play it, I would sort of go back to that place and it would definitely touch a nerve. And I would a lot of times end up crying while I was playing it. Even now, sometimes on stage, like I will sort of go back to that moment a little bit. And it's one of very few songs that make me cry when I play. I think another sort of bad memory and a reason that maybe I even stifled this song more was that I was very, very hesitant to play for people when I started writing. I just didn't think that anybody would want to hear sad songs or such personal songs or I couldn't have been more wrong, but like I just that's just how I felt and I did sort of take a chance one weekend and I played some songs for like a guy friend of mine who just could not have really been less interested. And I remember playing the song in particular, and I could tell he was just waiting for it to be over. And that's really the image that I saw in my head for a long time when I played this song. And so I really didn't want to share it at all. And it was also so personal that I thought maybe I shouldn't share it. But then I was playing my first trans conference. It was the first time I'd actually ever played for a specifically like non cis het kind of audience, and I really didn't know what to expect. And I got invited to play two shows for that week, and I played the first show, and there was a woman who clearly bonded with my music very, very sincerely. And when I was warming up for the second show, I was in this little room off to the side of the stage, and she heard me and asked if she could come listen. And I was like, of course, come on. And I was playing, and she was very much getting into it. And I, for whatever reason, just kind of wanted to play that song. And I wanted to share it with somebody that I thought might understand. And I just was feeling like I wanted to share. And I asked her if she wanted to hear my most personal song. And of course she did. And so I start playing this, and I look up at some point and I see that she's like filming it. And then a little while later, I look up and I see her just crying, like she's bawling, and the camera's like all shaky. and then by the time that I get close to the end of the song, I notice there's like several more people who've come in and sat down, and they're all kind of a little teary too. And that was a super healing moment for me where I knew that I was not alone in that experience, and that, I could tell that they fully understood how I felt and what that meant to me. And I think that was a really important moment for me and this song, and really kind of as an artist. And I've always been grateful for that. And then I think the final memory I would share that I really, really like about this was very recent. I got a chance to play my first show after COVID. It was a conference show, and we ended up doing sort of this impromptu kind of singer-songwriter jam session the next day. And several people brought their guitars, and we got to hang out. And it was really one of the more magical, amazing moments I think I've ever had as a musician. I really, really enjoyed it. And then we were sort of playing in the round, and at some point during this, another really talented musician, Jamie Harrell, asked me in front of everybody, which I thought was super brave, if she could cover this song specifically. And I just, first of all, I never thought anybody would ever ask to cover one of my songs, and so I'm just super grateful about that. But the fact that she would choose the song that is most precious to me was so rewarding, and it's something that I just couldn't be happier about. So it was a really joyful moment. So the song for me went from being something that was like so sad and so touchy to something that I've come to really cherish and really love. And I'm so glad that I've gotten to share it with people. And I'm so glad that there are people who bonded with it and that it meant something deep to them. And so I'm really happy that I could share it, and I'm happy that I could share it with you today. So I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you next time.